Well, hello, Christina. Oh, I'm sorry. She's over here. That's her new BFF. What's his name?
Tags.
Tags? Because you still got the tags on him?
Lots of tags on them.
How original. So what's going on today, Christina?
Not much.
No?
What about you?
What are we going to talk about with the folks out in YouTube land?
We are going to talk about the
Tags the stuffed
reality
dog?
of changes that happen to work campers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything specific that you'd like to discuss?
I thought you were interviewing me.
Can you be serious for just 1 second? I guess that's it.
That's it.
She has to be
1
silent
second.
to be serious.
1 second.
Okay, so what was the original plan for the winter
This winter
of
coming up?
2019?
Well, the original plan was to head out west, shooting for the Arizona area, but we were not completely sold on that being the area. We love Arizona, and we wouldn't mind being there, but we were kind of keeping our options open.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
what's been developing? So you've been looking into work camping jobs in Arizona.
yeah, so the problem is when we look for work camping jobs in the winter, half of the winter season is done, and so usually campgrounds already have their crew set up. So when we join them, it's usually probably about halfway through the winter season.
Yeah, probably not quite halfway.
Okay, a third.
About a third of the way, probably.
Okay, depending on where you are, but yeah. So people have been there like typically like November, December. We kind of join in January. So we've got 2 months that they pretty much have been full capacity as far as staff, and
So why don't you join when everybody else does?
because we have other things to do.
Oh,
We have
okay.
other commitments, and I want to be home for
Okay.
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Gotcha.
So, being that that's our choice, it makes it a little bit more difficult to find a work camping job.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have been looking on probably every possibility.
Give the folks some of the places that you could look if you're just thinking about getting into this at this point.
Workampers.com. I should have wrote them down. I feel like I'm being tested. Work campers, working couples,
Cool Works.
Cool Works. I've put it into all kind of like actual job searches. I put it into Google. I know there's a whole bunch out there that I can't remember, but there's, I mean, you can, it's the KOA, specifically the KOA Work Camper site. Even just going on like a Facebook page that is just about work campers and just putting it out there. So there's endless possibilities of places to search.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
So you've been looking just in Arizona?
So we have been looking. No.
This place is warmer than here,
This
right?
place is warmer than here. And like I said, we weren't really trying to keep it like to a specific. I mean, there are absolutely places that we would love to go in Arizona, but we didn't want to narrow it down so much because of the timing. So we saw places that seemed very appealing, but the other thing is that we have to have some type of income coming in. So we really needed to be work camping where we could pay or get paid. You do pay usually for your site, or sometimes it's a discounted rate, but we needed to get paid too. We couldn't just work for our site. So, and so that narrows down the choices even more.
So for people that don't know about this, and I think this is the biggest question that people usually have when they're looking into it, do you get paid? And my answer, an easy answer, is yes, sometimes you do. Sometimes these places want you to just work for your site and there's no pay involved. Mm-hmm. So we don't gravitate towards those just working for site jobs.
No, we just can't. We just can't. Being the age that we're at,
we're not really
touching
retired.
Retirements. We're really just
we're not
trying
on
to,
Social Security
Nope.
or any pensions or anything.
Nope. So we really just the money that we bring in is what we live off of. So we have to have some money coming in. Doesn't have to be a lot, just has to be some money coming in.
Right.
So, so that's where we started.
Oh, stop. Battery just went out. So, folks, we are back with a different camera.
Yes, we had to change cameras because the battery went dead.
It's on the charger. Now we have the fisheye lens that you're also fond of. You don't have to look like a fish, Christina.
I'm sure the lens already does it. A little concave. Anyway, so Arizona, yeah, possibility, but not the only one. So where we're at today, we have reached out and yeah, I've been researching it too.
Okay.
We've been reaching out to a variety of campgrounds that we see have possibilities. And so plans may change a little bit because this is what happens as a work camper, is that you kind of realize that the only constant is change, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that. So we're now looking, which we were looking kind of before, but not really maybe pushing it, but we're looking in the potentially the Florida area back again. Different location than we were last year. So that's all in the works. We're not going to say anything specific about that because we don't really have anything but specific yet, but we are looking in the Florida area. I think for me, a big reality this year for me was thinking about how much it was going to cost just to get out to Arizona.
How much was that?
About $900 to $1,000 one way, right?
Yeah.
So you're talking, you have to recoup, $1,800 to $2,000 just to break even of your fuel to get out to Arizona. And that's a big chunk of change when you're not bringing in the big
Usually
bucks.
making what? Whatever
Typically
state's minimum wage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that can vary even.
Yep. So that was a big eye-opener for me. And I know that when I had asked you about that and you told me the amount, I was kind of taken back. And I think that was a big thing. And of course, like a lot of people, we have family in this area.
This area around here?
The area where we are now.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you often think about what life can throw at you with family in the area if you're away. So you sometimes, when you're in that situation, you try to think of places that you can go that are easily accessible to an airport or easier to drive home if you need to, or for people to come see you. And we have the new grandbaby.
Is that your grandbaby? That dog with its tongue sticking out of its mouth?
So there's just a lot to think about.
And the Florida job is about 1,000 miles closer.
Yes. Yeah. So.
Quite a difference.
And the Florida drive is a piece of cake. For you.
For me.
Piece of cake for me, or me as.
So I was going to tell the folks kind of what happened. So yesterday I decided to place an ad in Work Campers Who Love KOA on Facebook, and then the one that's called just simply Work Campers, and it's WORKAMPERS, Work Campers, all one word. And I started to get some responses, and one of the responses was a place that we actually tried to line up this winter's work when we were still working in the KOA in Okeechobee. And we went there and we dropped off our resume, and then we were contacted by the manager that they might have a job opening coming up. So it would work out good. We have family in that area. It's just an area that there's a lot going on. You're 45 minutes to the beach, real close to a big international airport. And so we're very torn on this because the adventure of heading out west, the southwest again, for us, is something that we like to do. It's one of the reasons this makes this all worthwhile. So if you're going to spend $1,000 on diesel, you better enjoy the travel part, I guess. If you don't enjoy that part, you're probably in the wrong game to begin with.
Well, they don't enjoy spending the money, but you enjoy the travels.
You enjoy travels.
Right.
If you don't enjoy traveling and the whole adventure of being on the road and all the things that can come with it, the good and the bad, then you're probably not going to like being a full-timer or work camper or whatever.
But there are full-timers and work campers that stay in the same place all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
There is. I guess it's just what part of it you enjoy.
Yeah. So just because you don't move around doesn't mean you can't be a work camper.
That's true.
Because there are often places that are looking for people to stay there as a commitment of a year.
And a lot of people like going back to the same place every year because they know what's there. They know they're going to like it. They know what their jobs are. They know who they're going to be working with for the most part as far as the management goes.
It's just our
And your other
preference.
work campers will change constantly. But our preference is to go to different places, meet new people, do different things, break up the complacency, explore new areas. And that's what we like. And so far we've tried not to repeat. We haven't repeated. We've been at 3 work camping jobs now. This will be number 4 this winter. And you really start thinking about building up your resume and all the different jobs that you can do and that you have done. And I think the resume is really what comes into play that makes you sought after, and also your reputation, because once you get out there, and like if you start working for KOA, for instance, you're going to realize that all these people talk. And if you're a pain in the neck to work with, you're lazy, you don't want to do your work, you complain all the time, you can't get along with others, you're probably going to have a hard time getting a job. So it's been kind of eye-opening. You don't realize that it's a large community. There's a lot of people out there, but in a way it's kind of a small community, because a lot of the people that do this, especially if you work for a chain like KOA, for instance, a lot of these people know each other and they've worked together and they plan on working together. And with Facebook and social media and everything, they stay in contact with one another. So it's a real important part of your future success in obtaining another job.
Mm-hmm.
So is there anything that you would like to add, my dear, at this point?
I don't think so. Well, just on a note of what you were just saying, I think that is also a reminder. God bless you. That
Start over.
just as a reminder that what you put on social media is also something that, I guess this is true for anybody, but it's out there, and you start bad mouthing campgrounds or people, you better be ready to stand behind that, because that could come back to haunt you too. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You just have to be mindful of that stuff.
Is there anything surprising that an employer is looking for that you didn't know they were going to be looking for before you started work camping?
Surprising? Oh boy. I think of the qualities of when I was with my full-time job, are things that like loyalty, hardworking, flexibility.
How about the fact they all want to see a picture of you personally, and they want to see a picture of your
RV,
RV and your tow vehicle?
Yeah, they want to know, like, and a lot of times they want to know information of like animals that you have, how many, the age of your camper. There are some campgrounds that are very particular about the age of your camper that goes in there, and if you have
What is the
kids or
restriction
not.
on that? How many years old can
10,
it be?
usually. I think it's usually 10 or older. They sometimes frown upon you being in their campground. I have my own personal opinion on that, but I'm not going to share it with you on Facebook.
But we have been at other places where that's not an issue.
And there are
So it
places
really
that,
depends on the campground.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes if you have kids versus not having kids.
Pets can be a problem.
different
Certain
kinds
type
of
of pets.
Yep.
We had Roxy, the Wonder Dog, was a German Shepherd, and she was persona non grata at a few places,
Yeah.
which that's fine because we don't have to work there.
Yeah.
And our dachshund, who's kind of mean, he's welcome almost everywhere, and he's the one that can be a little
He's
mean.
not mean. He's not mean. He's special. Come on.
Not mean to us.
He's not mean to a lot of people either. He
He
needs
barks a
time.
lot. He barks at people he doesn't know.
He's a dog. You talk to people. He barks at people. He just needs time to get to know people. That's all. And he can be a very real sweetheart of a dog.
He's resting right now.
But anyway, he's a dachshund. He's a little dog. You know how little dogs are. They got attitude. So
what do you have left to do before you can leave here and pull up stakes? And
there's so much to do. I don't even want to talk about it.
You do? How come? Because it's Christmas?
Yeah, this is a hard time. This is a hard time with transition for me. I mean, it's not hard. It's just, if I start to look at the whole picture, I get very overwhelmed. So this is how I deal with it. I just look at today, and then I look at tomorrow.
So what are you doing today?
Today, Turbo's getting his haircut, and we're going to see our granddaughter. We're going to visit some relatives. I've been preparing address labels for Christmas cards. Visited with my in-laws. Been vacuuming, cleaning. I need to rap.
Let's hear some of your rap.
No, you don't want to.
No?
No.
You're not going to bust a rhyme?
No. Do you want to? Because I can turn the camera right around.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I'll spare all the folks out in YouTube land.
All right. But we're enjoying being home for Christmas. It's nice to be here. This definitely helps for me, it helps to be home and be around family this time of the year.
Are you looking forward to warm weather and
I am.
being able to use a swimming pool and all that good stuff?
We have a hot tub downstairs, so that helps a little bit.
Yeah.
It helps.
Okay. Well, that's it, folks. Say goodbye to everybody out in YouTube land.
Goodbye, everybody in YouTube land. YouTube land. YouTube land.
Okay, we apologize that we haven't had a lot of videos lately, but if you like our videos, please subscribe, like, and what else? Share.
Oh, that pool to push you down
I think you should do your impersonation of Cher when you say that.
Share. I don't even know how to impersonate.
Well,
I'll have to work on that.
This could be Sunny right here.
Little Sunny. Oh gosh. Anyway, bye guys. Happy holidays.
I prefer Merry Christmas. Can I tell you?